This house is an example of a Georgian. Here on the roof you can see shingles. This is a pediment, which encloses the tympanum. Right here you can see Palladian window. If you go a little bit lower, you can see two pillars on the side. On the left and right of the house, above the windows, you can see dentile lintels.
This is an example of a Dutch colonial style house. Here you can see pediment dormers with 6/6 double-hung sash windows. Along the midsection of the house you can see cornice. To the side of the house you can see that it's a gambrel roof with a chimney cap.
This is an example of a garrison style house. Here on top you can see there is a gable. If you go further down, there are fake shutters along the windows. On the side of the house, there is a corner board going down to the ground. In the middle of the house, there is an overhang. And the whole house, as you can see, is made up of clapboards.
This is a saltbox house. There is a dormer at the top with paneling, a simple entrance, a variety of 4/4 double-hung sash windows, and you can tell that this lower end at the back is an addition because there's paneling.
Here you can see an example of a federal house. Starting with the door, you can see that there are two columns along the side. Also, by the door, there's a side light next to it. Right up here is called the portico. On the portico you can see a clearly shown cornice. Also, you can notice on the windows that they have blinds with shutters.
This house is a Cape Cod. It has clapboards on the side, and behind the screen you can see a paneled door. Here you can see that it has a gable. Also, if you look closely, you can see a corner post. Up top, you also can see a chimney cap.
This house is an example of a Georgian. Up top you can see there are two brick chimneys. These are called pedimented dormers. If you look down right here, this is a pavilion. And around the door, this top window is called the transom, and these ones on the side are called side lights.
This is a Dutch colonial. You can see at the top a chimney cap. All of the windows in this house are 6/6 double-hung sash windows. There is a shed roof over the door, and it has a brick masonry. As you can see, the roof is also made out of shingles.
This is a saltbox house. Starting at the top, you can see there is a gable. As you go down this way, you can see right here that this is the low area at the rear, which is an addition to the house that you can see was made right here. The windows are 6/9 double-hung sash windows, and there's a pediment over the door. The house is also made out of clapboards, as you can see here.
This house is a federal. At the top you can see a pediment. Along the top of the house you can see a cornice. Above all of the windows you can see dentiled lintel. The door is a paneled door, which has columns next to it.
This house is an example of a Cape Cod. Starting up top, you can see the chimney cap. If you look behind the screen, you can see a paneled door. Over here are 12/12 double-hung sash windows, and on the other side are 4/4 double-hung sash windows. The walls are made out of clapboards, and if you look at this picture here, you can see that it also has a gable right here.
This house is a Georgian. You can see here that it has a pedimented dormer. There are lintels above the windows, columns next to the door, and a pediment above the door. The windows are also 6/6 double-hung sash windows and 6/9 double-hung sash windows.
This is an example of a Dutch colonial house. Here you can see that there are pedimented dormers. Around the door you can see that there is a cornice on top and pilasters on the side. From a side angle of the house, you can see that it has a gambrel roof right here. Also, you can see that it has flared eaves. These flared eaves are right here.
This house is a saltbox. You can tell because there is a lower area at the rear. At the front of the house, you'll see that there are 6/6 double-hung sash windows. There's a shed roof with pilasters surrounding it. The house is also made up of clapboards.
This is a federal house. Right here you can see that it has side lights on the door, and in the door it actually has a half-round window. The other windows are 9/9 double hung sash windows with fake shutters. Also, it has a coin right here on the side of the house.
This house is an example of a Dutch colonial. You can see here it has a chimney cap. It has shingles along the roof of the house, a brick masonry, a shed roof, and 8/8 double hung sash windows.
This is an example of a Cape Cod house. This right here is a paneled door. Along the house are clapboards. On the sides right here, there are corner posts. Up here is a chimney cap. And also, this house has fake shutters.
This is a Georgian-style house. It has cornice along the top of the house, keystones with splayed lintel above all of the windows, ionic portico next to the door, and a pavilion above it.
This is an example of a saltbox house. Over here, you can see that it has a low area at the rear, which was cut off, which the new addition was added right here. It also has a large chimney in the back. On the side of the house, you can see that it has clapboards as well as in the front of the house. If you look at this picture here, you can also see that it has a very simple entrance right here. And it also has 6/6 double hung sash windows.
This is a federal house. As you can see here, there's a pilaster around the door. There is coin on the side of the house, lintel above the windows, and cornice along the top of the house. The windows are also 6/6 double hung sash windows with fake shutters.